Well, we're back with Hardwick talking spring and summer fashion. So we brought in some of the summer clothes now. We were talking about spring. But before we talk about some of these products, I first want to talk about how in the world do you know what's going to be trendy in the next season?
Well, what we do right now, we're in the middle of putting our spring 19 line together. So we're about 8 or 9 months ahead of the game there. We visit about 30 to 35 mills, look at swatches, and so you kind of get an idea of colors that are trending and patterns and that kind of thing. So our process is we select fabrics from each mill, bring them in, and we start with literally thousands of swatches.
Wow.
And we begin the cull down process. You know, we kind of think that we want to tell the story as merchandisers from fabric standpoint, from a color story. So we sort of develop how we want to present the line, and then we cull the swatches down to about 100 swatches complete out of the thousands that we look at. And so we work on all that for about a week. Long days, but for about a week. And John Parenti, who is in Chicago, comes down about once a month for a week, and he's the lead. And so we do a lot of work in a short amount of time. And so, you know, that's sort of the process. And then what we do is we take each swatch and we start our trim, and we look at buttons, threads, undercollars, all the components that go into it to make them look like they do. So,
right, all the details really do matter. And I was looking during the break. One thing I've noticed is you don't see any of the stitching, you know, on the outer sides of the lapel or anything. It's a great product. It really is.
We do some pick stitching, and then we do some that's not. So you may or may not see it depending on the model. And also you'll notice we have a couple of models. These with the open patch pocket is a 3/8 line open patch pocket, and then we also do the fully lined with the flap. So we've got several different models that we do in all of our, you know, the modern, the slim, and the traditional.
Now these are some of the summer options. Talk us through them.
Again, here we've got a silk and wool navy window pane, and we put it with a red and white check shirt and a blue and white stripe pocket square. And again, you know, you see these things in your closet and you think, this won't look good. You know, well, if you're not sure, put it on and tell your significant other thumbs up or thumbs down. You know, does this look good or not? So you just
I give this one a thumbs up.
Okay, good deal, good deal. And then this is one of our seersuckers that we do, and the seersuckers actually have a little stretch to them also. So we'll offer this in 4 or 5 different colors. And again, we paired this with some of our cotton trousers, and they also have stretch or some kind of performance aspect to them.
I love this look, especially for summer. Number one, I love seersucker, but number two, it just screams very casual.
It does.
But it's still very sophisticated.
Exactly. And then we have down here, we have a plaid with a sort of a blue window pane pattern in it. We paired it with some navy cotton trousers and thrown in a blue and brown pocket square.
That's my favorite pocket square so far.
It does look good. So, you know, we just kind of create the looks, you know, just based on how we're feeling at that time.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so is there no, I'm a female, obviously. I don't know anything about men's clothes. Is there a weight difference between the seasons?
There is. There are some wools that'll be year-round weight,
okay,
but most of your spring wools are lighter. You've got flannels, you've got different things in the fall and winter. So there are differences. And in the spring, you'll see more silk and wool and linen, which are lighter weight fabrics. And in the fall, you may see some tweeds and flannels and just heavier fabrics.
Some of the heavier materials.
But we try not to go too heavy so that we can kind of cover the entire United States. So
perfect. And now one thing I've noticed that I love about your shirts is they're all very unique, very attractive shirts to where if you need to take the jacket off, you're not just wearing a plain colored shirt. You still have a great outfit on.
Exactly. Okay. And it works. And if you're not sure what size you are, you know, you can go to our website, hardwick.com, and there's a kind of a chart that shows you how to measure yourself, or you can go to one of your local retailers and let them measure you as well.
Which, speaking of, we mentioned that there's not a Hardwick storefront, but you're in a ton of retailers across the
Right. Here locally in Chattanooga, we're at Yacubian and Bruce Baird, and then in Cleveland at the Town Squire. So visit any of them. Our products are in their stores.
And you can also go to hardwick.com to find more locations.
Exactly.
Right?
You can go to the website, and if you're in an area, we've got a retail locator that will put you in the right direction as to a retailer in your area.
Okay, so can we get a sneak peek of spring 19, or is it top secret still?
It's top secret.
Okay, we'll have to wait.
But you'll see a lot of color. You'll see a lot of color, and there's a few more greens and berries, and so it's gonna look good. But a lot of colors.
Okay, well, I cannot wait. When can we look for fall to come out?
Fall will come out in July and August.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so again, hardwick.com.
Exactly.
It's the best way to find more information. You can look at some products, your best fit, and where to find it.
Right, and we have about 200 employees. We are growing, so you can go to our website, you can apply online, or you can come to our site at 3800 Old Tasso Road in Cleveland and fill out an application.
Perfect. Again, Cleveland's best kept secret. Rob, thanks so much for joining us and telling us about Hardwick.
Thanks for having us, Jess.
We'll be right back on Let's Chat.